The following presentation will try to address the different aspects that make up the curatorial work of art, the various elements that compose it, and the application it has in contemporary times. Curating within the field of art has to do with the action of curating an artistic exhibition. It specializes in the museum, rank, and collecting. Curing has to do with a set of knowledge that allows the assessment, exhibition, dissemination, preservation, and management of artistic works or assets. The curator is a professional with extensive knowledge of manifestations, techniques, story, and the market who is in charge of researching and organizing musical themes, selecting and directing artists with galleries and institutions. The importance of curing lies in its valorization of a work at a certain time. Among the outstanding curatorial works are those carried out by curators from Latin America such as Emiliano Valdés, chief curator of the Museum of Art in Medellin, and Leticia Mayo, Argentine curator. Change in curatorial practice. Since its inception, curatorship has undergone change in the way it investigates, values, and exhibits art. But in recent decades, it has undergone radical change in the way it is implemented. It has migrated to a digital space that globalizes and diversifies the possibilities of creating autonomously and personally. Artists are now the curators of their own works. The web and social networks are now the exhibition and dissemination space which facilitates and expands its dissemination, but also allows a greater variety of artistic manifestations to enter its circuit. Curation is now found in magazines such as RD and on the very page of both physical and digital museums. The curator is not only in charge of the aspect of exhibition, preservation, and valorization of the work. It also carries out a dissemination process, being a process that brings together the classification, documentation, and cataloging not only of the works, but of the different artistic manifestations that pose social and political problems of the time. From his process of investigation, documentation, and dissemination, the curator can transmit a political or social meaning, also because he has the ability to make information and exhibition of his type accessible to the public. Aesthetics has a limiting value in the work of the curator since it determines the type of manifestation from which he will have to conceive his process of investigation, classification, conservation, and evaluation. Aesthetics allows generating a type of assessment and expression from which the reasoning of the subject can generate reflection and production. Culture depends on the type of society to which it corresponds, that is, it is an expression of the interests, patterns, manifestation, and social specification artistic intellectuals of a society. This is why the curatorship uses culture to understand the type of curatorship, disclosure, and themes it will develop throughout its projects and exhibitions. It will generate a way of approaching the public that will arise from the type of culture and its needs. In the same way, the institution builds certain interests, requests, and guidelines to which the curator must respond in the front of the institution to understand, make, and move manifestation of an artistic nature. The artist now has a digital space where he can research, promote, and preserve his pieces. The artist has the opportunity to globalize and diversify his production, act as his own curator to build his own visual history. Social networks not only serve as an exhibition space, but also as a means of indirect dissemination because it travels and immediately interconnects with other manifestations, spaces, countries, interests, etc. Creation has become a crucial role for the development of the artists in an era. An example is Benjamin Hartman, digital drawing artist, video art who uses the web as a means to personally create his pieces, disseminate them, discuss them, promote them, and preserve them. As an emerging artist, it is relevant to function as the creator of my works, since the digital and globalized space allows it, as well as the need to divulge, disseminate, categorize, and exhibit my pieces. Among the personal works that I have created are the prints that I make and the tattoos, as well as the research project that I think with them. For example, the exhibition entitled Imminence, where I was in charge of the classification of the pieces, their discourse and conceptualization for the public, their exhibition, as well as the pertinent disclosure and dissemination. On the other hand, I use constantly and until now permanently the web and social networks such as Instagram or Tumblr to post, document, preserve, select, and first my work, discursor, and constantly disseminate, which creates a network of spectators as well as its own exhibition space that does not depend on the institution or an external curator.